Eliza's Journal Entry 13. It has been almost a fortnight since we began to hunt the unspeakable horror and the cult of the Crimson Hand. I grow weary of this battle but must push on. It was the finding of an old map that provided me with a shortcut to the cozy inn near Echo Lake. While resting at the inn, I found an old tome that taught me the ways of combat and death. I read it in earnest to learn what I could. Unfortunately, the Crimson Hand had followed me to the inn and I was attacked again, barely escaping with my life. I now make my way to the monastery. The Scarlet Shadow met up with some of his more dubious allies at the abandoned keep where he garnered information while Lucy and the doctor searched the area for more clues that would help us defeat the evil we face. We know that the horror lairs beneath the magistrate's office in town, but we are afraid we are not yet prepared to face the abomination. I hope we are soon as time grows short.
Well, hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mysticon, Board Game Geek, bringing you our 13th episode of A Touch of Evil, where we are trying to beat the unspeakable horror and not beating it. We're getting kind of whooped. Anyway, if you've kept up with it or watched the flow of the game, we're getting a lot movement now. We're starting to actually get some traction with the players, but it's almost too late because our shadow track is getting awfully low. We only go down to here. We're already in the red now. See the red there? When it's in the red, our villain has a special ability. It's called So Close Now, and it says, while the shadow track is in the red, all minions get +1 fight dice. I made a mistake on that last round, but when we fight this turn, I need to remember that they all get an extra fight dice, and that's bad. So we got to get moving and grooving, or we're just going to put ourselves, we're already in a really bad spot as far as the strength of the villain, etc. But we're going to keep on playing this out and see what happens. So let's get doing it. This turn up, it's going to start with Lucy Handbrook, and she is in the marsh. So Lucy was attempting to collect some, do some investigating in the marsh, and really was unable to get much of anything done at all there. But this is her right here, good old Lucy Handbrook. And we're going to roll to see what her movement looks like and see if we can get some things done. Let's hope we do. She didn't have a lot of places she can go there, but we'll see what happens next. 6. Wow. Well, that means that she can move 5 spaces. Lucy, let me see, does she have anything that helps with movement? She does not anymore. But she can get somewhere. So, what do we do? What do we do? Well, she has not been, I believe, I'm looking at her cards, she has not been to the Old Woods. I think we're just going to go there. So she's going to go here. Yeah, you can't see that. Hold on, let me back up just a little bit. Woo, wrong way. Okay, there we go. She has moved to the Old Woods. And what we're going to do there first, before she encounters a space, because we can counter in any order we want, we're going to attempt to collect these investigation tokens. Her, she can use her spirit or cunning. They're both, well, her cunning is her spirit is actually a 4. So I think she's going to use her spirit to attempt to pick up these 3 investigations. Is that right? Is this spirit right? Yes. Anyway, she's going to do that, and I'm debating. There's 3 there, so she could literally get them all. I'm looking to see if there's anything more I can do that might be able to help with that, and I don't see anything. So yeah, she's going to make a spirit test. She's got to do a 5+. She's got 4 dice. There's 3 tokens on the board. See what she gets. Oh wow, she got. Let me see if you can see all that. She did. She got 1 of them. Better than none of them, which has been my usual roll. So she's got 1 investigation there. She's starting to pile up a few. She's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so about 7. So when she gets someplace that she can use them, it's going to be good for her. And then she's going to encounter the Old Woods. So let me get the Old Woods deck out now. Now the Old Woods is a scary place. Lots of terrible things can happen there, but Lucy can handle it. She's got her serving boy or servant Jack with her, as well as her cool hunting rifle, which isn't going to help her in this situation. And her tools of the trade. Let's see what happens to Lucy when she goes into the Old Woods. Booyah. Hanging Skulls. I don't know if this is good. Hollow chimes in the whistling wind. 5 human skulls hang from a low branch, adorned with red sigils and feathers. The song of the dead echoes through the woods. Do, 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 do. Make a spirit test 4 plus and gain 1 investigation for every 4 rolled. That's not too bad because we know her spirit's 4. We just did a roll for that. So let's roll that and see what we get. We're going to roll the 4 dice. Here we go. Here's our 4 dice. Well, I don't know if you can see. Let me make sure they're all. I'm going to push them all on the screen. She got 2 of them, so she's going to get 2 additional investigations for that. For her little time in the old woods. So I'm going to exchange out a 5 for her and put 3 of the singles away because we're starting to run out. We have so many on the board. And that will be Lucy Hanbrook's turn. So next thing we're going to do is go on to the Scarlet Shadow, and I do know what he's going to do. So here we have the Scarlet Shadow, and he is currently in the Abandoned Keep, but there's a secret passage between the Smuggler's Cove on the Coastboard and the Abandoned Keep. So instead of making his regular movement, he's still going to roll, but instead of making his regular movement, he's going to move to the Smuggler's Cove and encounter it. But just in case he rolled a 1, we could have gotten an event card. So we're going to do the movie magic and go poof. He's going to move from there, and we're going to take him to the Coastboard and the Smuggler's Cove. Now you might think that an outlaw bandit type guy like our Scarlet Shadow would have good luck in the Smuggler's Cove, but we just don't know if that's going to happen. However, before he encounters that space, he is going to attempt to pick up those 2 investigations that are there. He's going to use his cunning, which is going to give him 4 dice as well. 4 seems to be the number for these things. See if we can get 2 of them. He did. He rolled 2 5s. I'm getting a little better luck with that. So he picked up the 2 investigations that were there, putting them on his sheet. He's got a lot of investigations. And then we're going to draw from the Smuggler's Cove deck. So let me get that out. Okay, there is... Oops, that belongs there. There is the Smuggler's Cove deck. So we're going to draw from that and see what our guy gets. Let's see what happens here. A weathered ore. Let me pull that back so you can see it. It says +1 combat. You may discard the weathered ore to gain an additional +3 fight dice for 1 attack. So that gives him another combat. That puts his combat up to 4, 5, 6, 7 without any extra stuff in it. That's pretty good. So we're going to keep that definitely. And that is going to end our turn for the Scarlet Shadow as he enters into this board in the Smuggler's Cove, where he might go after some baddies that are still on the board there. We shall see. Okay, well, let's continue on. Now we're going to move on from the Scarlet Shadow to Eliza the Witch Hunter. So here's Eliza. She's on the Echo Lake board, and she had fled away with a couple of wounds on her. The Crimson Hand that is at the end. She's trying to make her way here to the monastery where perhaps she can buy some stuff and buy some monastery items and maybe get an encounter there that's good for her. So let's roll her dice and see what she gets for movement. A 3. Does she have anything? Yes, she gets to ignore weather effects because of the torch that she has. So that's actually going to be a 3, which is going to allow her to get to the monastery. Okay, now she's going to try and pick those up. She's got a Spirit of Force, so she's going to use that. Again, 4 being seeming to be the magic number to pick these investigations up before she encounters the monastery. She got both of them, so that's awesome. Good for her. She needed them. She's okay, actually. She's not doing too badly. And then we're going to first, we're going to buy monastery items here. So I'm going to get the monastery items deck out. I'm going to give it a quick shuffle just to make sure we get some randomness there. And then boom, we're going to draw those out. So we get the Oath of Devotion. That seems like something that she would like. That's +1 spirit. We'll look at these in detail. It costs 2. Scroll of Knowledge. We'll see what that does in a moment. And another Oath of Devotion. So let's see what this one does. The Oath of Devotion seems like it would be a good thing for her. Gives her spirit bonus. You gain the keyword holy. Does not count against your carrying limit. Limit 1 oath. Okay, now let's look at the Scroll of Knowledge. Once per turn or showdown fight round, you may re-roll any number of the dice when making a cunning test. This includes when using a cunning instead of combat during a fight. He doesn't do that. He's a fighter. I think we're going to get the... Oh, this is Eliza, actually, isn't it? No, she's spirit-based, even though she does have that Book of the Dead, which boosts her combat. She's actually got a combat of 4 already, but I think we're going to take this Oath of Devotion it's going to cost her only 2 investigations. It's going to give her +1 spirit, which will put her at a 5 spirit, which is good. So we're going to do that. She's going to take that. It's going to cost her 2 of her investigations. I'm putting those back. We're going to then get rid of these cards, and that is going to be her encounter at the monastery as far as items are concerned. But now we're going to encounter the monastery itself. So let's do that now. Okay, there is the monastery deck. Let's see what she gets. Alright. Quiet reflection. Taking a short time for rest and reflection, you feel reinvigorated in your hunt. Immediately heal 1 wound, which she actually does have 2 wounds on her. That's not bad. And gain 1 investigation. Not the worst thing that could happen. But pardon for the interruption. My phone rang, so I had to pick that up. But we are done with that. And that means that we're going to complete the quiet reflection, and I'm going to heal 1 of the 2 wounds off of Eliza and give her 1 investigation. And that is going to wrap up her turn. So from there, we are going to move on. Last one we got left is Dr. Edwards. So Dr. Edwards is here just close to Lucy, so we're going to roll for his movement. Now he's got some enemies behind him, but he's managed to sneak by them. So I don't think he's going to be heading back to Shadowbrook any time in the immediate future. Also, I'm starting to think that, man, maybe I'm going to say we're going to finish this turn, and I think no matter what happens, we'll see what happens in the mystery phase, but no matter what happens, I think we're going to have to start a showdown in the next turn or 2 at worst, or at best, because otherwise we're not going to have any chance of doing this. We're going to run out of time. So let's roll his movement. He got a 2, so a 2 is going for him. Actually, remember, he gets to, almost forgot his writing at. He gets to roll 2 dice, a 1 and a 2. Well, if he's going to take a 2, and he's going to get a -1, he might as well take a 1, right? Right, because then at least he gets an event card. So we're going to say he got a 1, which is going to allow us to draw an event card. And it says, play immediately, expand the search. Place a militia marker at any 2 named locations on the board. Limit 1 militia marker per space. Well, okay, we got that. That's cool. We're going to do some cool things there. Hold on, let me grab some militia markers. Okay, here they are. I got 2 of them. One of them is going at the magistrate's office because we know that's the lair of the unspeakable evil. And we'll be able to use that militia in the combat. And the second one. Well, I think what we can do there is, I believe we're going to put it here at the covered bridge. Maybe Dr. Edwards, or probably more likely, because Dr. Edwards isn't, well, he's not a bad fighter now since he can use his cunning and he's got his book. With the militia can go take on the Crimson Hand there. Maybe that will work out well. Okay, so we're going to do that. That's going to be his event. Now he's got a movement of 1. Do I take, now he's got a wound on him too, so he is going to spend 1 of his 3 investigation, boom, to immediately heal himself, which he can do. So he's got no wounds on him. Do I go attack these guys with his tools of science and his book and the militia and try and take down the Crimson Hand? That'll give him 5 dice. He's got a cunning of 3 plus 1 for the book of witchcraft, and then which is this. Let me show you just in case you've forgotten. Or does he just go to hang out with? He's already got, I believe he's already got an item from the Old Woods, so that's not going to help him any. Or he could just move to the crossroads, roll a d6, and maybe get another event card that can help us in the showdown. I don't think Lucy would be any better in a fight than him. I don't see that as, she won't be. So he could go there and use his cunning to fight those guys and see if we can get him done. That'll also give him a lot of investigation. So we're going to do that. We're going to move here. Boom. He's going to there. He's going to take on the Crimson Hand there. Checking his items just to be sure. He doesn't have anything. Yeah, he doesn't have anything horribly useful outside the book and the militia there. So we're going to get some dice and we're going to roll. So he's going to have a total, again, of cunning 4 plus a combat, so 5 for the militia, and he's got an extra wound as well, so he's going to roll 5 dice. Let's hope he rolls really, really well here and see if we can get something done. Boom! Well, he got 2 hits. That's not really, really well, but that's not terribly bad either. So the Crimson Hand has been hit for 2 hits. They're only going to roll 2 dice this turn. Let's roll and see what they do. They got 1 hit. I'm going to actually put that. I think I can choose where to put it. Let me check on the militia. If I can not put it on them, I don't want them to die yet. Yeah, so I can do that. Dr. Edwards is actually going to take that wound so that he can do. He can actually keep the militia there. We're going to roll 5 dice again for him. Oh, look at, he destroyed the. Okay, the Crimson Hand is gone. Let's just hope that it doesn't turn around and get him back. So, because the Crimson Hand are going to roll 3 dice. They had 2 wounds on them. Oh, actually 4 dice at this turn. So let's see what we get. Oh, awesome! They missed completely. I don't know if you can see all the dice. The Crimson Hand completely missed Dr. Edwards. That is going to give him 5 more investigation, and they are killed. Kaput. Now, since he's in that space, he is going to attempt to get that with 4 dice on his cunning. So we're going to roll that, 4 dice. He got 1 of them, so I'm going to break this into 4 and give him 1. So 1, 2, 3 are going to go there, and 1's going to go on his character sheet. And then lastly, we're going to roll a die, see if he gets a mystery card or a event card. He gets an event card. Okay, let's roll, see what he gets here. Daybreak. Play to discard any event or mystery card that remains in play. That's awesome. I think we're going to use this. Let me think about where before we go on to our mystery phase. Okay, well, the only logical thing I think to do is to take our Daybreak card and finally get rid of this fog. This fog's been plaguing us to no end, I tell you. So, we're going to use the Daybreak card. Place a play to discard any event or mystery card that remains in play, except during a fight round. Play to immediately remove all transformation markers from a curse. We don't have to worry about that. So, that mystery card is going away, the fog. And we've played the Daybreak card. Okay, now we're going to go on to our mystery phase. Now, as you know, there's no more Drowned Dead moving around the board, so we're going to go right to our summoning circle, and we're going to get the deck out, the layer deck out, and see where the next summoning circle is. We're starting to get voids on the board. It's not necessarily good for us, so let's see where this is going to be. At the Abandoned Keep. So now there is a summoning circle at the Abandoned Keep. Okay, here we go. Boom. Abandoned Keep summoning circle. So now we have to roll to see what appears there. Hopefully we roll low. A 1, which means nothing. So on a roll of 1, 2, or 3, there are no additional effects. So that just means that there is a summoning circle there. No monster to go along with it. I'm going to discard this lair card right now. We already know the lair of the bad guy. He's in the magistrate's office. We got to get somebody there and then summon all the heroes there and have a showdown. I think we're going to have to do that next turn or we're going to be in too much trouble. But for right now, we got to get the advanced cooperative mystery chart out and do a dice roll. Okay, let's see what we get here. Bad news, I'm sure. An 11. That's got to be worse than anything else. Possessed by madness, every hero must immediately roll a d6 and add their honor. Whoever's the lowest result must immediately engage in a single fight round with the hero with the highest result. I hate this one. Each hero gains 1 investigation for every hit they do to the other. Hero may choose to roll fewer dice. Okay, well, we're definitely going to do that. So, okay, so let's start with, well, we know the Scarlet Shadow has a 7 honor, so he's got an 8 honor, so he actually still could end up the lowest. Dr. Edwards has a 5. That's a 7 for him. Lady Hamburg has a 4, or Lucy, 4, so she's the highest right now. And, oh yeah, then Eliza has a 2, a 6, 8. So it's going to be Dr. Edwards and Eliza. So they're going to use their worst stats. So Eliza's actually, or Lucy rather, I don't want to keep saying Eliza. Lucy is going to use her combat, which is 2, and Dr. Edwards is going to use his combat, which is only a 2. So between them, they have 2 dice each, and they're going to do 1 attack round. So we'll start with Lucy. She does no hits. And Dr. Edwards does 2 hits to Lucy. Oh no! Hold on, I gotta see if I can get rid of that somehow. Well, I could put the hit on Jack and do him in. That was her extra there. Let's see, because she only has 2 hits. Okay, we're gonna do that. I don't want to knock her out. She's got too many investigation. I don't want to lose them. She can buy stuff. So poor Jack is going to go away. He has been killed. Except this allows us to carry an extra item from the keep. I don't think that matters at this point. Yep, so he's going to go, and we're going to put him back in the abandoned keep. He was killed in that fight by the doctor by accident. A fit of madness and rage. And Lucy takes 1 hit, which is okay because she's going to heal that because of her youth. And then that is going to end the Advanced Mystery Phase chart. And now we're going to draw our mystery card. So I'm going to bust that out and see what more terrible things happen to us. The Devil's Mark. Oh wow, this is actually good. Oh no, it's -1 combat. Well, who does not use their combat at all? Well, Lucy or the Doctor. So we're going to play this on the Doctor. The Devil's Mark. This card plays on any hero that drew it. Oh, that drew... Well... yeah, it's cooperative, so I guess we're going to place it... I'm going to place it on the Doctor, who uses his cunning to fight with anyway. And that will then... That was not so terrible. Worst thing could have happened. That's going to mark the end of our turn. I think next turn we're going to get this showdown going and see if we can take on our big bad guy before it's too late. It's almost too late now. So yeah, that was not a cool fight for us. That was a bad thing. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I know this has been a long playthrough. I hope you're still enjoying it. And we'll continue on. So I appreciate it. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.